HappyThumbsGaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out a LEGO Dimensions video. This one happens to be the Dalek Extermination of Earth, the Doctor Who level pack free play. That's right. We're going to go ahead and plow through and grab all 10 Minikits, the Minifig and Peril, and we're even going to secure that 245,000 for the rule breaker. So you can see on the right, we get a handful of gold bricks and all that other goody stuff too. So let it be known that we do have a detailed list of all the needed abilities or characters down below in the video description. Now, you're probably wondering, what's all this craziness going on the screen here? Why are there things flying around? Well, you might remember if you finished the story, all the way in the last level, all these characters are running amok. And we're not going to worry about them. We have not completed that. As you can see, there's still a question mark over there. As you can see, I'm pointing it out now. The Dalek Extermination of Earth, though, is going to be a playable only if you have the Doctor Who level pack and you've got Doctor, or the Doctor, sorry, I almost messed that up, out on the toy pad there. You cannot enter the Doctor Who level pack if you only have, like, Gandalf, Wildstyle, and Wonder Woman or something. So make sure you got the dock out. Go ahead and select it and get to get in. Now, you probably remember right off the bat, we need to use the old sonic screwdriver to fix the old, I don't know what that is, the gate terminal or something. Once we do that, it gives us access to get up top. And we're going to run right up to the top of the stairs, and we notice there's this rhino-type guy trapped here. And to be completely honest with you, I have not watched enough of Doctor Who to actually know what's going on there. So please let me know down below in the comments who this guy is and maybe what season or era of Doctor Who we might find him in. My wife and I have been just kind of recently starting to catch up on Doctor Who, and we're only through, I guess, season 1 of the kind of redo. So we started with Doctor 9, the 9th Doctor, and so we're making our way through it. We're pretty much through the first season, and I know we're way behind. That probably disappoints a lot of you Whovians out there, but I'm trying to get caught up. All right, advancing through the story here, we find ourselves making our way across to find out what this rhino guy is doing over here. We're going to use a relic scan, which reveals a grapple point. Then we're going to go ahead and use a grapple hook to go ahead and rip that open. And he hops on this little pad here, and it's some sort of like little teleporter, and it takes him out of here. And oh, look at that. Maybe it just transforms him into a Minikit. Either way, we'll take it. And look at that. Booyakasha! A Minikit. Minikits are cool. To be completely honest with you, I'm 99.9% sure that we have already gotten that trophy. I'm not sure why it popped. Maybe because we were offline and I don't know. I really don't know why. But that is just simply a Minikit trophy for getting a Minikit. So, or achievement, depending on which platform you're playing on. All right, you can see we used the old sonic screwdriver on the blue bricks in the middle. And we went ahead, and that actually gave us a little cue here to go over and fight these Daleks. Because keep in mind, they are trying to take over the Earth. And we find that one of them's a little bit different than the other one. So we go ahead and knock his block off, and we actually find that we can hop on inside what's left of his body there, and we can use his heat ray to melt the above Daleks and take out the ones on the ground too. So once we do that, we find some bricks to build up into a Tardis travel station. And this is actually the first time, it's because we replayed this entire story. This is the first time we're playing this level on that. So that's probably why we got that trophy achievement a minute ago. That's also most certainly why you're seeing us build the TARDIS and all that. Because the game's thinking this is the first time we played it. But shh, don't tell it it's not. All right, once inside the TARDIS, you probably remember on the far right side, there's some bricks and another little doctor icon you need to run up to. And once you do that, you actually find the bricks needed to build K9. Destroy the silver bricks, and access the navigational console, which only has 1 point on it right now. Speaking of which, we're actually going to do a lot of Minikit collecting once we get all the way to the end of this level. We're actually going to do some backtracking. So, and you know, I haven't mentioned this yet, but you know, the video is sped up just a little bit, and we do have quick links down below. So if you're in a hurry, feel free to use those. Now, once we arrive here in central London, I believe it's 2015, current day central London, we're going to use the sonic screwdriver on the old red phone box on the left-hand side, which is just right by where the TARDIS travel station is we arrive on. And that's actually going to give us this little circular kind of, I don't know, orb-like thing. I'm sure there's relevance here to the old mannequins, but, and they're called like anthros, something like that. Anyways, there are 3 of these boxes that we need to find. fine. And Gandalf's magic will find you the second one, as you just saw. Now, the third one, you have to hop over this little detour barricade and destroy a box. And then you have to pull out a silver brick breaker to go ahead and destroy that little silver manhole. That actually goes ahead and gives us the third hexagonal orb-like piece, and we're going to go ahead and destroy that, and actually gives us a Minikit. So, woohoo! Now, moving on, we're actually going to go ahead and take on the Minifig in Peril situation here. This can be found at the top of the stairs. Remember where we found that rhino a minute ago in the old time? I guess it's the future. It's 2025 London. But we're going to go to that same spot, but this time there is like this little sprout there that needs some water, so we're going to water the old hole there. And it turns out it pukes out a bunch of bricks for us that build into a locate keystone terminal. And we're going to activate that, and we know right where it's at, so we're going to run right over to it and spam that button until the portal vortex rips open. And what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, we got some rocks, and we got this little mini robot. And Clara, what's up, Clara? Uh-oh. She's been swooped up, and we're going to actually have to use Gandalf or any character with the magic ability to pick up these 3 rocks and toss them right at him. So, third one, pow, right in the kissa. Now, last but not least, we noticed that his head kind of spins around, and now it's presenting this silver shiny bits. So we're going to call on old K9 again and use his nice little laser beam to go ahead and destroy that silver brick up there. So, once you pow him right in the kissa, he falls on his back and relieves Clara, and booyakashow, she's out of here now. We actually follow her, I think. I think we harass her a little bit, and maybe not. I don't remember. Maybe that was our preliminary run. I can't remember. All right. Quick links can be found down below in the video description if you're hanging out with us. Boy, we still got a long ways to go. If I'm being honest, this is one of the longer videos for LEGO Dimensions, but it's very thorough. And like I said, we kind of do some backtracking, which may add an extra minute or two, but we did speed some of this up. And like I said, we cut out a lot of the cutscenes and sped up a lot of the loading scenes as well, because there's a lot of travel time in the Tardis, if you notice, and we've cut those down quite a bit. So, all right, we've actually just secured the tree, and this is basically all part of the story. So once we get the tree in its place, we need to use our Tardis to travel back to, well, ahead in the future, ahead, not back in time, ahead in time, so that we can actually have some things change in our real time. So make your way back to the old travel station over here in your Tardis. You could probably use the navigational console as well, but you're going to want to travel to 2025. I think that's the time, right? I don't know. Anyhow, once we get here, we see that things are a little bit different. There's a tree now. We can actually use the old handhelds to jump up and over, or you could simply use a flying character and fly right on over. So either way is fine. When you do, though, it does trigger a small little cinematic moment where the Daleks come in and pew, pew, pew. They blow up that red bus, which it doesn't really do much. I'm sure it does something, but I don't know. But it actually cues us to this next little scene here. Now you can see there is this switch we need to use the Doctor for. It's the old Techno Terminal, and we know he can hack those, so we'll go ahead and get to him in a second. But we notice there's some bricks down below that need building first. So use your favorite silver brick destroyer. We use K9 because he's quickly accessible, and then we can go ahead and hop up to this ledge and get inside and spam the button indicated to go ahead and fill that meter and actually flip off the power, well, one of the power nodes for this generator. So now, okay, notice down in the corner there, we've got Minikit 3. You might notice there's a Minikit hiding behind that window there, and unfortunately we can't run over. It looks like you might just be able to run through the wall there, but nope, there's a wall there. So what we need to do is we need to make our way a little bit further down the street here and hop in our Tardis and use the old Tardis travel station. So this is going to take us to the same area, but another time frame again. So we're going to actually end up back in, what is it, 1895, I believe it is? Yep. And there's a lot of snow here. And take note of the posters. There's a poster to your left, and there's actually one just to the right. Feel free to take those out now. Maybe save yourself a little bit of time later, but we're going to save those for later. And speaking of saving it for later, we're actually going to not build that stuff and build the fire and put that. You can just fly up and bypass it. So there's a lot of these little puzzles that you can skip whilst in free play. I don't know if I'd recommend it if you're trying to beat the story, but if you know you can get by or you see us do it, feel free to do it. Now, what we've done here is we've actually put the window on the spot where that Minikit is back in 2025. So now we're going to use the Tardis to get back to 2025, and once we arrive, we're going to find that, wait a minute, there's an open window to get into where that Minikit is. So we're going to go ahead and make our way back to it right now, and oh, look at that. That's right. We show you how to get it done. All right, we've got 3 Minikits officially in the bag now, and we're going to make our way back to the old Tardis because we have to travel back in time. And once we get there, we actually have to move that window back to where the little white outline was, which is right above where we had. So we have to spin all the way around. That's all right, though. See, notice those travel times are getting a little bit speedier? All right. Again, feel free to take out this poster. You can see the other one's right there. I made sure I gave you a nice little glimpse of it. And we're going to make our way back over to this little turn knobby thingy here, and we're going to spin to win. Oh, but before you do, there is a purple up top, and there's also some golds and some silvers up in there too, but we're not going to waste too much time. The purple was all that really mattered to us, because you do need 245,000 studs in order to get the rule breaker for this one. So just keep spinning this around, and we'll eventually get that window where we need it to be, and then we can go back to the travel station and use our TARDIS one last time to get us back to, well, the future, right? Back to the future. Get it? Ba-dum-bum. All right, so I called on my TARDIS. I'm going to use the old station here, and I know I keep telling you to take those posters out. We're going to do it all in one swoop here in the end, so don't worry. We are going to get those, but feel free to grab them, you know, if you want. It's up to you. All right, so we've moved this around, and now we have the access up top. Now, we already built the scissor lift, and you can hop the dock on the scissor lift and jump up on the handhelds, or you can fly up there, take the dock off your toy pad, wait for him to completely leave, and then reapply him to it, and he should actually spawn right up next to Wonder Woman, or whoever your other flying character might be. So just a little trick to kind of help speed things up. And, you know, we wanted to kind of speed things up again and bypass this whole thing, because now we have to go back in time, move the window to this high left spot. You can see I can't do anything. I can't get over it. And so I try to use my flying character, who is tucked away and being very defiant right now, and continues to be once I gain control. But I cannot get over. See, it's blocking me. So unfortunately, some things cannot be bypassed. I know that we just flew up there and kind of gave you a short little secret, but it doesn't always work. So, you know, test the waters. And if they're fine, they fine. If they not, you got to do the rest of the stuff, if that makes sense. All right, hey, if I'm boring you, if I'm annoying you, whatever the case may be, go ahead and use the quick links down below to get you to the next collectible. We've already got the Minifig and Peril, so it's going to be Minikits from here on out. But if you're stuck or want to know what's going on, feel free to hang out, and we'll get this done as quickly as possible. All right, this is the last time we're actually going to come to this area to spin this around, I promise. We will return here one more time to get those posters at a later time in the video. But, you know, like I said, you can bypass that by getting them now, and then you can just watch the video and just know you got both posters 1 and 2. All right. Whew. Doc is back where we need to be, and that's getting a little bit monotonous or annoying or whatever, tedious. Pick your favorite word of, you know, whatever. And we're gonna, so here we are, we're trying to get the dock up there, but it wasn't working for us. So we went ahead and did the old-fashioned way, use the scissor lift and the handheld, jump all the way over, and last but not least, use his sonic screwdriver to take out the, I guess they're sonar, they're glass pieces that need to be shattered. So get your, ooh, and don't forget that bluesy. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get them bluesies. All right, so we have officially shut down the first generator, and now things get a little bit suspect. Like, to be completely honest with you, I got a little button happy here in a second, and I actually used the TARDIS travel station, and I shouldn't have. What we really need to be doing right now is actually head over to where that travel station is and take out, there's like a wave or two of Daleks that attack you. And I took out like a couple of them. But unfortunately, I wasn't patient enough. I was kind of starting to panic because, of course, I'm recording this trying to look like I know what I'm doing, right? And it wasn't working. But eventually, you take out enough Daleks, and all of a sudden they come blasting through this wall behind you here. And, ready? Wait for it. There we go. And that gives us access to a new area and another travel station, which will give us access to even more areas. So, all right, you might notice, too, that when the Daleks come busting through the wall, they actually have a nice new feature on them. Or at least a couple of them have some body armor. So we're going to need to use K9 or anybody with the silver brick-breaking ability. And we'll go ahead and take out those silver Daleks. Silver Daleks. Sorry about that. Holidays were just around, you know, a couple days ago, and I'm still kind of feeling in that, you know, anyways, all right. Moving along, we use the Tardis and the security feature that it has. I don't know if you even knew that you could cloak yourself in the Tardis. You simply press circle, or I guess it might be B button depending on which platform you are. And sorry, I don't know the Wii or PC ones. I know I've asked a couple of times for you guys to leave that in the comments below, but no one seems to do that. So maybe there's nobody playing on the Wii. I guess there's no PC version of this one either. So anyhow, moving along. If you notice, we smashed everything and built it up, but we couldn't slide it along the checkerboard path because it's not complete. So we'll go ahead and hop in our Tardis and use this travel station right outside of the construction area. And it takes us back in time yet again. And we're going to find some silver bricks out front. I won't sing anymore, I promise. Well, at least I won't sing that tune. We can destroy them and build them up into a push lever, which then, strangely enough, actually rips open that chain and lock. Not a very useful security measure there, but anyhow, we go ahead and destroy all of the pieces inside here. And on the left-hand side, we find a yellow garbage can, and we build that up into some checkerboard pieces. On the right, we actually need to use the Doc and his sonic screwdriver to lower the old excavator pail here. I guess that's not what you call that. The front-end bucket. There we go. That's a little bit closer. Once we drop that down, it gives us the other pieces needed to complete the checkerboard path. And now we should be able to return to the future and press our little power node all the way to the end, which actually it's not really a power node. It's like a floating metal cheeseburger. You'll see what I'm saying here in a minute. It really is. It's like something you'd find, I don't know, at a future McDonald's or something, maybe. I don't know. Not trying to discredit any of the products that McDonald's uses, but you never know. In the future, it may be metal. All right, so we're going to push this down. It's what it is. It's just a floating pad for us to kind of hang out on. And I struggle here pushing this over to the left. Look, third time's a charm. Nope, fourth time maybe? Okay, fourth time. The rule of 4. Maybe I'm modifying the old rule of 3. And here we go. Ooh, not quite as hard of a time pushing it that way. But once you get it all the way to the end of the checkerboard path, go ahead and hop on the old icon there and press the other indicated icon there and lift us up, and we're going to get over there. That's right. Here, and there. All right, once we're up, we're going to see some glass, and we're going to use the old sonic screwdriver's ability to give it the old and destroy that, giving us access not only to some bluesies and a purple, but also to this hack terminal in the back. So we're going to call on old K9 again, and we have a little bit of musical characters here, and watch this. I try to switch to Doc, and rather than taking me to controlling Doc where he was, it brings the Doc over to these guys. That is something I have not seen before. So a couple of weird things happening lately. I had that weird issue on one of the last levels where Gandalf just appeared out of nowhere during a hack instead of the Doctor. My bad. Sometimes I say that stuff just to... No, I don't. Actually, I'm still kind of fumbling that. Anyways, there are 4 nodes in here. You will need to move the Dock around on the toy pad to light up the areas needed. So you can see we're on the green one now. We're going to move over to another green one. And here in a second, once we leave the green area, we're going to need to move it to the blue. All right. And look at that. Not a bad hack. Sometimes I do well, sometimes not so well. That was pretty good. And all right, once the hack is complete, it changes the power and destroys that Dalek and gives us access to the actual generator itself. So make your way in there with your sonic screwdriver or whichever character that has the sonar ability you choose to use, because I know some of you don't necessarily like using the Doctor all the time. So, and yeah, you could be a different Doc too. You don't have to be the 12th Doc. But it does remove the force field, giving us access to that little street there. And it goes real weird real fast. You know, notice we were downtown, and now we're like in some weird graveyard. Kind of trippy. Now, there are a couple of silver blocks over here. We're going to destroy those, and it gives us some pieces needed to build a techno terminal. We can use the Dock again to go ahead and hack that, giving us some pieces to build some handhelds. Now, of course, you have a flying character, too. You could fly up and over the top, and I think we're going to build these up and do just that. So... Booyakashow, grab a few studs, and up and over we go. And all right, so at this point, I knew we were getting pretty deep into the level itself. Although we do some backtracking, you know, I wasn't sure how many studs were going to be available. So I did take a little detour here, and I pulled out old Scooby-Doo to go ahead and dig up this switch up high on the left side of the graveyard. My bad. I don't want to call these bodies junk. That was a big old flubbub. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and make our way all the way up, and we find this gate, and I do believe you can fly over this gate. but we're going to go ahead and solve it, just in case you don't have a flying character, or maybe you can't fly over it. Either way, we're going to push this statue down the checkerboard path, and we're going to destroy some stuff right outside the checkerboard path to build up this switch, which allows us to basically turn the flame on and burn those spiders and webs, giving us access to get through that gate. Now, we flew over it, so you didn't even get to see the action happen, and we just decided, you know what, we're going to skip all this stuff. So head all the way to the top where those silver bricks are, and you know what, you could probably fly all the way into the side of the TARDIS there, because did you notice that was a giant TARDIS? I don't think it's actually shown us the side view yet. Maybe it has. And anyways, make your way all the way to the top, fly right into the side there, and booyakashow. Now we're inside, and this is kind of one of those waiting moments, like all of a sudden the center of the TARDIS explodes and things start falling, and tons of pieces fall from the sky. So we're going to build up those pieces as they fall, and eventually we build them up into a TARDIS travel station, and we're going to go ahead and use it to access one of the final areas. And once we get there, we're actually going to show you that we now will have access to all of the navigational console areas in our TARDIS, not on our, but in our TARDIS, and then it gives us access to get anywhere and everywhere on the level. So at that point, we'll go ahead and take on more of those Minikits. I know some of you have hung on strong and waited with us, while other you guys have already skipped ahead and used those quick links. Either way, it's fine with us, to be completely honest with you. I'm trying to be entertaining here, but this is a lot of talking and a lot of explaining and a lot of back and forth. But we are almost done and almost to the Minikits, to the bread and butter, the good stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the Doc and his sonic screwdriver. We need to destroy some sonar bricks on the left-hand side, and we need to fix some stuff on the right. So using both versions, or both actions, I should say, of the old sonic screwdriver, because it can fix and it can destroy. So, all right, once both of those are in place, it'll actually open up the elevator and give us a switch. We can go ahead and hop on that switch and ride it on down. And once we get down there, we actually find a few Daleks, as well as a pile of bricks that are on fire. So it's real easy just to go, oh, watch out for the fire, and walk on by them. But you know what? We're going to put those bad boys out. So that's right. We hop on our mystery mystery machine, and we put out the fire here. For us, it's build 3, if you're wondering what we're using here. Mystery machine build 3 has the water ability. Now, once all the fires are put out, we can actually build it up into the travel station. And booyakashow, we're going to call on our trusty old TARDIS, hop on in it, and this is when we're going to prove to you that we now have access to all of the navigational console areas. So here we go. Boom! Look at that! So the bottom two on the right, the middle and the right one, are just getting back here. We're going to start with the old Brick Arch, 1895. Boy, I lost it on the screen. I had to look at my notes real quick. And this is that moment where if you came back in time earlier and you destroyed these posters while you were moving the old windowsill around, you can totally skip this one and move right on to the next one. But 1 and 2 of 5 posters can be found in Brick Arch 1895. Now, next we're going to hop into our TARDIS and use the navigational console yet again, and this time we're going to go to I Am Foreman Scrapyard 1895. This is an area that you might not have ever traveled to. We've been here in a different time, but I don't know that you made it here in 1895. But as soon as we get out of the TARDIS, we can see that there is a poster there. And in the back, we see a digging situation and a giant robot, and we will come back to that. We didn't want to split up the posters, and to be honest, I should have gone to that location last, but I didn't. So now we're going to go ahead and head to Central London, 1895. Now, we were here. This is where the crane was that we moved the windowsill around, but we were on the other side of the gate over to the far right, and we've also been here at other times too. So as soon as we get outside of the TARDIS, head to the left and destroy the poster on the wall right there. Now, this actually kicks off, I couldn't avoid this, I'm sorry, but this actually is part of another Minikit, another little mini quest, and we're going to help this guy out here in a minute. I believe his name is Strax, and we'll help him in just a hot second, but we got to go all the way to the back of the street over here, and on the back right wall, as we see some evil snowmen and some glacier-like icicles pop up, we're going to head to the back and destroy the 5th and final poster, giving us the 4th Minikit. So, woohoo! All right, so Strax wants us to help him out, and he's kind of weird. He's kind of indecisive of if he's friendly or, you know, if he's bad, but we're going to help him out anyways. And it starts off, a bunch of these evil snowmen attack us. I'm sure there's a name for those, so if I'm saying it wrong or if there's a real name, drop it down in the comments. Don't be angry about it. Just please inform me of what they're called, because, again, I'm still not a Whovian like all of Uvian. Know what I'm saying? But we actually destroy some of those evil snowmen, and then we actually melt the icicles, giving us some bouncy bricks. We're going to head kind of towards the middle area where Strax is to get the ability to build them. And then it's kind of like, what do we do now? And hopefully this doesn't happen for you, or maybe this is all part of it. Maybe this is part of an episode, and I just don't know. But essentially what we found out is that there should be another wave of bad guys, and there should be some more bricks, but they're not queuing off. And even in our preliminary run, trying to find all these things, I couldn't get the second wave of bad guys to kick off. But what I did find is, eventually, I hopped in the Tardis, and I flew all over the area. And see, I'm just, even now, I'm looking for like some sort of a queue or something to knock over or blow up or something, but it's not working. But like I said, I eventually get in the Tardis, and there's these 3 awnings on the right-hand side that all have snow on them. And it's probably right there, and it probably is part of an episode or something. But look at that. Once I knock that one, it drops some pieces. When I knock that one, it also drops some pieces. Knock this one, it drops pieces, and all of a sudden Strax starts talking. So I don't know if like I just needed to be flying, or I don't know what the issue was there. But when in doubt, hop in the Tardis and knock into those 3 awnings, dropping some pieces, and bringing on some more of those evil snowmen. Once you take out, or build the pieces, I should say, there's still guys coming. Once you get those pieces built, it actually gives you an indication to go over to the big snowman right next to the travel station, Tardis travel station, that is, and relic scan it. You find a grapple hook when you do, and when you pull it down with a grapple, it gives you the final pieces needed in order to complete a master build. So, holy cow, this actually took a lot of effort. And good thing we knew what to do, because I was a little confused at first, and hopefully we got you right through it. But use your favorite master builder to go ahead and move him or her around on the toy pad. You can see we had to move a couple of characters out and right back in order to make that happen. And once it's complete, the carriage rolls off with Strax in it, and it also gives us a Minikit. Now, luckily for us, we actually just hit that 245,000 stud mark, too, and we also got the rule breaker. So that was kind of like a twosie for woozy. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. 2 for 1 is what I was trying to say. All right, moving along. We're back in the Tardis. We're going to head to the navigational console one more time and select the Black Archive from the high right side. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the Black Archive, but I did do a little internet researching, and I did find out that basically this is a place where a lot of top secret stuff is held, and people, even the employees, don't know what's going on there, and so basically super awesome, cool stuff. Now, as soon as you arrive, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a relic scan point that actually reveals a gold poster. I'm sure that's some relevant character of some sort. I didn't know who it was, but I melted his face with the laser beam from old Cyborg, which then revealed a Batarang terminal, which we use Wonder Woman's Batarang to go ahead and complete it. And look at that. It opens the door with the Cyberman inside and gives us a Minikit. So moving along, we're going to do a couple of butt slams around the way and even destroy some, all sorts of stuff, including a silver chain on the left side. And we're going to use a grapple hook to pull down a box here and some magic to lift and shake some other boxes over here. But along the way, we find some yellow and black bricks, both on the left and the right side. We build those up into 2 pieces of a car. And now this is relevant to another doctor, and I don't have all the specifics, but eventually we actually get another master build, right? Another master build in this level. That's kind of weird. We haven't seen a lot of master buildings throughout the game, but we see 2 in one level for 2 minutes. That's crazy. Now, again, this is another thing. It looks like some sort of a Cyberman's head, or I'm not sure who that is. Maybe it's supposed to be Strax, or if you know, drop me a comment, inform me. I'm trying to learn all this stuff so I know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, the goal here, if you haven't figured it out, is we need to find the 3 chromapad puzzles. There's, One red one to the right of the vault. The left one is the yellow one that's revealed from the silver chain, and then the blue one's on the table there. So basically here we have to just solve the puzzle, and where's the solution? Well, it's actually on the vault. You can see red on the top, green on the left, and orange on the right. So mix and match your characters to meet those requirements, and once you complete it, it actually zaps the vault door and opens it. So no more locked doors. Gracias. All right, anybody know what that movie, whoa, what movie that is from? Boy, that was easy for me to say, huh? That's an oldie but goodie. No more locked doors. Gracias. All right, anyways, we build up the 3 pieces, and another doc comes in and rolls out and leaves behind a Minikit for us. So that was mighty nice of him. And over on the left-hand side, oh, look, it's Missy. I don't know a lot about Missy. Like I said, I'm still learning. But, you know, she seems a little hostile, too. Both Strax and Missy don't really seem like they're good friends. Maybe acquaintances? I don't know. But, all right, we're going to start on the left by using some magic to lift up, it looks like a duster, maybe a Swiffer of some sort, to go ahead and clean off of that painting up top. And it looks like a Tardis busting through a time travel zone or something. Then on the left, there is a silver statue that we destroyed. I'm not sure that's relevant to anything, but eventually we switched to Batman and put on his security suit to sneak by those security cameras. And we find ourselves a push lever. We push around, and it moves and drops the grandfather clock on its face. So we'll pick it up with some magic and use some more magic to make it, was that 420? No. What was that? What time was that? 4:15? 4 something? Anyhow, once the time is right, it actually kicks out with a Minikit, and we can now hop in our Tardis, get back to the console, navigational console, and we had to switch to the doctor there for a second. All right, now we need to go back to I Am Foreman, if you did not do this one already. So if you were there grabbing the poster and you thought, why would I want to come back, and you just, hey, no harm, no foul. You got it, and you probably don't need to come back for this. If you didn't, however, though, you're going to need to travel to I Am Foreman Scrapyard, 1895, pull out your favorite digger, which for us is Scooby. And look at that. We reveal right off the bat, it's a head. It's a robot head. Now, this is a little tricky. You need to use the up and down on your joystick as well as the left and the right. Now, for us, when we pressed the left, it actually pushed it back away from us. And we pushed right, it would actually bring it towards us. So we need to push up and kind of left in order to get it back there and all the way up. So hopefully that helps. Once you get it into place, it locks on. Now smash and build the pieces on the left into an arm. Use magic yet again to put it into place, and rinse and repeat that process on the right by doing a nice butt slam and build up the pieces. And all right, magic. All right, look at that. And oh, look at that. Some little cobwebs up there. He pulls it off, shakes it like it's hot, and oh, look at that. So yeah, he's out of here. But thanks for leaving a Minikit. We'll take it. All right, 9 Minikits officially collected, which only leaves 1 more. Now, depending on how you played this level, you know, maybe you already played it through once, maybe you haven't, but the next Minikit is actually a little bit further along on the story. So we're going to go back to where we left off from, the Scarrow Ridge, and that's right there in the fiery canyon where remember we put the fire out, and we used the old mystery fire truck? That's right. And put it out. Anyhow, all right, this is quite the long travel. Looks like I did not edit that. My bad. Once we arrive, though, we hop out, and we make our way by flying all the way to the end here. And once we get to the end, we're blocked by some green sludge. And this is actually going to require not 1, but 2 characters to hop on these levers and close off the lids, causing the sludge to go somewhere else and basically explode. It's going to overload the system. Here we go. 1 lever closed, 2nd lever, and watch this. Boom! That's right. So now it's changing the pathway of where things are here in a second. That's what the goal is. First, we're going to build these pieces up into a techno terminal. And we're going to hack it up with old Doc. Sorry, I almost said Doctor Who again. All right, anyhow, basically you just want to connect the dots, la la la. Just move them all into place so that the power travels all the way through. There's a couple of them that you don't need to even touch. But now we find ourselves with a security camera blocking us. So how are we going to get through? We can't just fly through. Well, this little reminder right here, this little question mark, actually comes in handy for not just you and me, but all of us. But, oh, look at that. We can go stealth. So we're going to call on our Tardis. hop on in, and for us, we press the circle button, and we can go invisible and make our way past that security cam. However, the dock is blocking our path. So if this happens to you, the best way to handle this is to simply remove the character blocking your path from the toy pad, and that should give you the access needed to go ahead and make your way through. Now, before going too far, though, through this little force-fielded area, we're going to want to make sure that we stop and pull out a character with the electricity ability. We know that the ACU Trooper certainly has that little shock prong there, so we're going to pull him out, and we're going to go ahead and charge up this shock panel here. It's kind of a funny angle because of where the Tardis is, but I eventually get it, and booyakashow! The 10th Minikit is now ours. Now, there is this little hack terminal here, and, you know, I'm not sure that you need to use it or not. Maybe you do. Maybe, yeah, you do. You do. Because it's preventing the elevator from going up. So we're going to go ahead and hop in this bad boy real quick. Now, this guy, this is a little bit of a long one. This is 8 power nodes. I should have sped this up more than I did. I do die a few times, but I kind of die, I don't want to say on purpose. Sometimes it's easier to get taken out by a bad guy and respawn, and then, you know, then to backtrack and make your way out. In that particular case, I did not mean to die. I was hoping that I would get that node and be able to move on, but no such luck. So I'm going to knock out these other 2 over on the high right side and then try again to get that middle one. And booyakashow. And then that time I get jacked up. But that helped me because then I didn't have to run all the way around. I could just actually move down. So I have to move to the red now. Again, you should know how to do these hacks, but if you don't know, if you're confused, you're going to need to move your character that you're hacking with to the area indicated by color. So if you need, like right now I'm in the red. So you can see the blue up top. There's nothing there. You'd have to move them to blue to get there. All right, I'm sure you know that. But anyhow, most of you have probably left anyways or moved on to the next free play video with all 10 Minikits. Or who knows, maybe you're watching one of our speed builds or something completely different. Who knows? But once you get that hack complete, it actually gives us access to the elevator, and we can hop on it and ride it up to the final battle. Rose is going down. That's right, we're going to take him out, and basically it's the rule of 3. As soon as we get here, he locks us up with his tractor beam, and we need to move our character around on the toy pad, freeing us from that lock. And as soon as that happens, it actually removes one of the force fields from the generators. And basically, there are 3 generators that we need to smash. So rinse and repeat this process 3 times. And along the way, you're going to find some Daleks attacking you. And some of them might even have that silver body armor. So make sure you got somebody with the, you know, a silver brick breaker out. When we got K9, we're just pew, 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 pew. And eventually, we take them all out, and we get tractor beamed again. And we can go ahead and move Wonder Woman, because that's who we were controlling, around on our toy pad, freeing us and removing the force field from yet another generator. So more Daleks, and eventually we'll take them all out, and he'll give us the old lock one more time. It's coming. 3, 2, 1. Booyakashow. All right, move her around, and last force field is now removed. We smashed the final generator piece there, and that's right. It's not over yet. You thought it was over. We got a whole nother battle. There's still 20 more minutes of this video left. No, I'm just kidding. There's just one more wave of these Daleks, and eventually we get some pieces we can build up into another techno terminal, and we can hop up on it and open it. There we go. With the dock. And we just need to spin around and match the colors. So spin the first wheel around so the green matches the green and the red and the blue and all that. And, oh, we got ourselves a hack now, too. This is a fairly simple memory type puzzle hack here, but basically it just gives you a couple of, a pattern, and you got to fill it up. And again, it's the rule of 3. So if you mess up, no big deal. You just need to let it restart, figure out the pattern for this next wave, and make it happen. So for me, I got kind of lucky. I won't lie, I did mess up the first one, and I edited that out, so hopefully you couldn't tell. But I told you anyway, so I guess my superior editing skills won't help me save face in the end. But all right, third one is now complete. It's going to fill up that green meter any second now. Booyakashow, and that takes us to the end. The Dalek Extermination of Earth free play is now complete. I know a lot of you guys are going out of your way to get all of these mini kits, and we appreciate that. In fact, we appreciate it so much, we listen to your requests that we're doing these videos with all 10 for each level, even though you only need 30 of the available 140 from the starter pack. There's a bunch more, but all right, we got the rule breaker. We also saved Clara, and look at this. We're going to build up all 10 of these mini kits into, oh, that's some sort of a pew-pew. It looked like a shooter of some sort. Maybe a sonic screwdriver variant that I haven't seen or something. I don't know. You guys probably know. Drop us a comment down below and let me know what those mini kits built up, because I'm sure it was something awesome that you know about that I don't. So, all right, this continue screen is going on a little bit longer than maybe, you know, you might want it to. So, oh, hey, there we go. This screen can only mean one thing. It's going to wrap it up for LEGO Dimensions Doctor Who Level Pack, the Dalek Extermination of Earth. And we grabbed all 10 mini kits and the minifig in Peril. Hey, if you guys have any questions or comments, head over to Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe down below. And of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com is also available for your viewing pleasure with our trophy achievement guides and our product and gaming reviews. So check us out, check it out, check us all out. I don't know. Anyways, if you're still here, thanks. As always, until next time. Trying to figure out a way to end this video in a Doctor Who Dalek themed way, but I think there's only maybe one way, and that would be to exterminate.